Yeah, well, because I did commerce, like multimedia, and the way that we sort of like studied that was just very, like you said, IT based.
Hmm.
And I sort of picked it out very honestly, simply because my friends were in the same group. I'm not gonna lie. I simply picked it based off on the fact that I'm gonna have a great 2 years of my life before moving on to higher education.
Yeah.
And I don't regret that decision one single bit because as soon as I knew I think my mentality was I have people around me to support me. So that means studying with them wouldn't be a hard
Mhm.
thing to do. So I like to think that I chose my mental health at that stage without even realizing it. And it did help me out a lot. It made studying a lot easier. It made like taking down notes a lot easier. And just that sort of memories I took along with me from there. Now, when I look back at like, oh, what happened 10 years ago? It's one of the best years of my life, my
Mhm.
11th and 12th grade. And the decision to do aviation was that I loved physics. So that was one aspect that I loved physics a lot. And I loved maths, but not to a degree that I want to do a complete 2 years in it. And I thought, I'm still not going to let go of that side of me. So whilst I was still pursuing my commerce multimedia side, I had business studies, economics, English literature. There's quite a lot that we were doing. But at the same time, I was still reading books on like physics or like quantum physics was one book that I absolutely love, or else I just go online and read about quantum physics and then like maths, and then I would want to know more about just the theory behind like how planes like would fly, and that's how I got into aviation engineering. However, I would give my dad a lot of credit for this, that he used to take my sister and I to just see planes fly by Bahrain airport. So we would go to Muharraq just on the weekends to see planes fly, and that got me a lot into how would it fly. It's not magic, it's not rocket science. There's a lot going on behind like the technical aspect of it. Then the other side of pursuing aviation was that the lack of female leads in that sector.
Mhm.
It would always seem like engineering was a male dominated environment. And I want to really break that. And I want to really show that women can do this. And I still remember that when I joined in my first year and I flew over, and this is my first week, and I remember my dad saying, "Okay, I've got to leave you at this point." I went, "No," because I had no family in the country, no family whatsoever, no friends whatsoever. So it was a scary decision to make, all in all.
Yeah.
But I chose Coventry University simply because they had a combination of both management and engineering. So
Mm.
the discipline wasn't just focused on particular management of things. So there was a lot of aeronautical engineering aspect. There was also airline marketing aspect. So I had the entire industry, the
Mm.
knowledge of the entire industry. And I still remember in my first year, one of the guys sat next to me said, "Oh, look around. It's like a male heavy." Like it was, oh, it's a guy heavy environment. I went, "Yeah, I know that." And he goes, "You seem more like a fashion student." And I
Ah.
went, I take that as a compliment, maybe because of how I'm dressed. So thanks
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But I know I can do a lot more. But I didn't say anything to that. I just smiled, nodded, and ignored it. But I carried that with me through the rest of the years. And so I still remember he was sat next to me for graduation. And when I went and I got up my degree and I came and I sat down, I was very proud. And he just went, "Oh, so what did what did the fashion student get? What did you get?" So he's trying to like really try to get to me.
Okay.
I literally opened up my first class honors degree and I went, "How's that for a fashion student?" So I think the one reason that actually his comment motivated me to show that women can do a lot more than look just pretty. So you can, why can't you do both?
Yeah.
Look pretty as well as like work your brains out. So yeah, I was just wanting to be that role model because growing up, I struggled to see like a female lead in that sector. And I thought, if I'm struggling, what about the generations that come after? I wanted to be able to say that, look, if I can do it, surely anyone else can. Because I never saw myself as that high up. So imagine if someone actually believes in them from the very beginning.